I've been going through a lot of depression and anxiety, and getting out of it is hard. It's been hard. I've had a lot of things that happened to me the last year, just multiple things adding up, adding up, adding up. And like one thing that I've been doing is really working on my mindset. So I read in a book that anytime you have that negative thing that happens, you find the positive in it. So, one thing that happened to me was my heater broke down, and it's the middle of winter in Alaska. And, I had to find the positive. I'm like, tell me where the positive in this is, Oh my gosh, my heater's freaking broken. I'm a single mom, and I have kids to support. And I text one of my buddies, and he helped walk me through fixing it, and I fixed it myself. And that was a positive things I had to find was, hey, I have friends that I could talk to that's going to help me get through this, so finding the positives, even if you don't feel like there's a positive, finding the good in the day, even if you don't see it, just find one thing. It doesn't have to be the whole day. It just needs to be that one thing, and it doesn't mean I have good days. Like, oh my gosh, I was like crying yesterday morning. I had a rough morning. I had a rough time. But, I kept working at it. I keep working at it. I keep changing my mindset. And, those negative times, I was like, all right, find the positive, find the positive. It was hard. It was hard. It took me a lot. It took me almost all day to get out of, like, the sadness, the depression, everything. But you know what I did? I got up, I went to work, I got home from work, I worked on my business. I'm a digital creator. I make crafts and stuff for kids. And I went, even though it was so hard to work on that because I was just not feeling it, and I'm feeling really depressed, and like everything's falling apart, everything's happening, just stuff just keeps adding up. I still did it. And then afterwards, I decided to get out of my comfort zone. So I went and tried roller derby. And it was amazing. It was so fun. And it just got me into this like positive vibe. So I was just like, all the people were so happy. All the people were so nice. And like when you're around positive people and you're around people that are like inviting and loving and caring, like that negativity, that depression just kind of goes away. Like, maybe it doesn't stay away, but while you're in that moment doing something that you've never done before, like, you're not thinking about, like, the stuff that's going on. You're not thinking about the bills that are piling up. You're thinking about what you're doing. And I was so excited when I left there that, of course, I signed up. And I was just so excited when I left that I was like, wow, look what I just did. I have never done that before. I barely know how to skate. And all these girls were like, do it. Come on, let's do it. Like, come with us, do this. And it was just such a positive that it just got me out of my depression. The depression that I was feeling that day, the weight, the heaviness of life and everything. And I was like, you're right. I am doing it. I got this. If I can do this and I can learn how to roller derby and roller skate better and stuff, then I can learn to do anything. It's just like when I learned to snowboard. I didn't know how to snowboard when I first started, and then I kept working on it and working at it. And it's like, that is how you change your mindset. That is how you change your life, is by continuing to work at it, continuing to try, continuing to see what is working for you. Because I try things. I listen to podcasts, I listen to books, I listen to this, and everyone says something different. Everyone tells you, write 50 things a day. Write your goal 100 times a day. I don't know who has time for that. I cannot. I'm like, my goal, I think about my goal every day. I'm not out here writing it out. When I feel like there's a harder time, then I'm definitely out writing it out. But, other than that, I don't have time to do that, so I'm not going to be one of those people that write out their goals 100 times. That doesn't work for me. I tried it. I've tried, and it made me upset and frustrated because I didn't want to do it. I didn't have time for it, and that wasn't where I needed to be. And so I kept just working on the things that I needed to do and the things that are working for me. So I find the things that are working for me. I like to do a 20-minute meditation in the morning. I like to write in my journal. I am a sticky note person. I love sticky notes. I put sticky notes on everything. Everything has sticky notes. Every time I'm feeling down, I write something on a sticky note that's a positive, and I stick it on my mirror. My mirror is covered in sticky notes. All my things are covered in sticky notes because I need that positive. I need that mindset to work for me. So I just keep working, and I keep looking for the things that are, going to work for me. Not what works for this person, not change this, do that, do this. No, I'm doing the things that are working for me, and I'm keeping it up, and I'm trying every day, and I'm showing up every day, even on those hard days, even on those sad days. I'm doing it. And I think that's where life starts changing, life starts getting better. I know that when 8 months ago, when I got into the super depressive state, one thing that was super helpful for me was doing my meditation. It was showing up for me every day. It was getting up even on the sad days. It was going and riding my dirt bike when I was feeling depressed, and going solo and going into the woods by myself. It was paddleboarding on the lake and crying. It was things that got me out of my life and kept me going into a positive mindset, into a positive environment. And it wasn't just it wasn't that everything worked. It wasn't that everything was better. And it's still there's still things that are rough. Like I said, I got a beater with a heater. I have debt to pay. I have things that are going on. But the thing is I'm still showing up, and I'm still working towards my goals, even though they seem hard, and even though things are a lot right now, I'm still over here working, and I'm just keeping at it. And that's one thing that people don't continue to do, and that's why they continue to fail. They're looking for someone to save them, they're looking for someone to do it for them, but nobody shows up for you besides you. So you have to be the one that shows up, even on those hard days, even on those sad days. And get out in the world, go for a walk. Sometimes that's one thing that just helps. If you're feeling depressed, go for a walk. If you're feeling depressed, go volunteer. If you are feeling depressed, do something that is something you always loved to do or you wanted to learn. I love learning when you're depressed because it shows you that you can do the hard things. Even if you're sad, you can do those hard things. Even if you're not feeling good and stuff, getting out and learning something new when you're depressed gives you the confidence to keep going, to keep moving forward. So I'm out here just changing my life and trying to do stuff to make my life better and stuff. And if you like any of this, hit the subscribe button. If you don't, that's totally fine.